Welcome to the Empath Alchemist with Shelly. Good morning, my lovely light. If you didn't know this about me, I have just awoken over the past probably 3 years now. Oh, my love for the buffalo drum. Maybe it's like a past life thing, or maybe it's just like a craving thing, but the energy of this drum is just so amazing. And I brought drumming into my Shavasana and my yoga classes, into Yoga Nidra. I've also brought these into healing sessions, into women's circles, and it's crazy because I did some healing with my dad for a while when he was sick with pancreatic cancer, and I was like afraid to bring my buffalo drum. And it's crazy because my dad's just like this big stoic, athletic man. I could just drum this whole session. Maybe I'll off and on drum. I'll bring that with me. Um, and I was a little bit afraid to bring my drum to him, but I found out that he loved my crystal singing bowls. He would like fall asleep like a baby, and I didn't bring my drum to him until maybe like halfway through his cancer. And then I started bringing the drum, and he again was just like out. And it was this like profound healing. In today's episode, I wanted to talk about birthdays. I'm getting ready to turn, like, how old am I turning? 43. My husband and I are a year and like 20 days apart. And so he just turned 44. I'm getting ready to turn 43. And it's so funny. One of my favorite movies is This Is 40. If you haven't seen it and you're 40, it's like so funny. It has Paul Rudd and that funniest blonde actress. Like, I can't remember her name, but she's so hilarious. And it's just like the best movie. But it's so funny because she has like such a resistance in that movie to turning 40. What is she's like, I'm 28 or I'm 29, or maybe I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure she's like in her 20s. And I never honestly had that reaction to be so afraid to turn 40. Like, I always maybe thought that I would. And I think when I was younger, I thought I would be in so many different spaces in my life. But I am just really grateful to be here and just acknowledging like where I am in my life. I just got done teaching a really amazing yoga class, like an evening yoga class. And the card I pulled for the class, I wanted to bring it into today's podcast. It's Trust the Seasons, Embracing Change, Cycles of Life, Transition and Growth. Ha! How perfect. This is from the Rebecca Campbell, the Rose Oracle. Can you see that? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just listening and you're not seeing, but it's this like beautiful woman in this white dress. She has like her hair covered, and she's kind of like mirrored back behind her, and there's roses above her crown chakra, and she has a beautiful mala on, and she's just like open, and there's like mountains, and there's a moonlit behind her and trees, and oh, gorgeous. I really feel like 40s for me is this just like power time. It's this like stepping into my power, embracing my confidence, trusting in life. And it's been hard. Like, if you have or have not been following me, my dad died like 2.5 months ago. And within 1 year, my dad died, my Grammy died, and my uncle died. So these are all my dad's mom, my dad's best friend, his brother, all died in like a 1 year chunk. And it's like the year of death, which is really, it's like, it's been really hard. And I might seem a little more bubbly right now. I do feel like really good. And actually, I like to do these podcasts after I teach yoga because I did get in this slump after my dad died where I didn't want to teach, and I took off time as I should have. And I remember the first time I went to teach, I actually only had taken off a week. and then I taught. And usually when I start my yoga classes, like my in-person classes, I had this beautiful community up in Estes Park, and I taught gentle yoga every Tuesday from 8:30 to 9:30. And if any of you are watching, I love you and I miss you so much. They're like my people, like my soul moms, my soul grandmas, my soul tribe. Like it was just this really sacred space that I just felt really held and comfortable in. And when I'm teaching that class, usually I start with all my students in their seats. And there's usually, I mean, the littlest class I've had is 12, which is a rarity, always at least 20 to 25 students. And I think I was only supposed to ever have 20 in there, but I would always sneak in extras and squeeze mats over because I just felt like everybody who was there deserved to be there. Like everyone equally needed a spot. Like I feel like we could have filled up that room at like 40 people sometimes. And I remember though coming back to that class a week after my dad died, and I don't even know what the topic was, but I just started talking about it, and I was feeling really grounded that day, and like because my dad had been sick and dying over like a year, and like no matter how much you grieve for your parents' death, like it's just not enough, or maybe it just comes in waves. And I'll always remember I had this have this beautiful friend who her husband passed away, and she told me grief is like emotional diarrhea. It just like comes and it just comes up and it just like explodes and it's putrid and then it's gone. And when I was teaching this class, like it just like came up and it was just this pain and this sadness, and I cried, and I was trying to get it together and trying to talk through it, but I just kind of let it flow, and I was probably like a minute, and I kind of was keeping to myself, but then I look up and I see how I'm affecting other people. I'm like, okay, Shelly, you got to get it together. Like, can't be crying through this whole class. Like, why am I here? But I did. I just kind of I pulled it together and worked through it, and it was still there. It was like kind of like that lump in the chest, but it just moved through it, and it was just so beautiful because like when I teach yoga, I feel like I allow myself to really roll through and move through emotions instead of just staying stuck or suppressing them down low. And if you're wondering what happened to my pinky, about a month ago, our puppy, little Ginger, was loading up into the car at full speed. In her head, she has like, she's supposed to be a golden labradoodle, but she's like all lab like her dad, and she's so strong and bulky, and her head just crushed my pinky. And pretty sure it's broken because it still hurts. So I'm buddy taping, and it feels good when I buddy tape, and I can still bend it a little bit. So if you're looking and like, what's happening, Shelly? That's what's happening. It's one of my pain things that's happening. And yeah, so I am just so grateful to be here. And birthday. So let's get back to that. Where do you sit on birthdays? Like, are you younger? Are you 30? Like, I always remember too, it's like going back to my youth as a little girl, always wanted to be older, like, never content with what age that I was. And as interestingly enough as that was, I always looked older for my age. So if someone were to guess how old I was, like if I was really 13, they say I was 16, I was like, oh, of course. And now it's funny, I don't have this like need or response to be younger. I feel completely content, honestly, with whole everything with being 43. And my birthday is in like, I don't even know what day it is, like next Wednesday. And I will be 43. And it's so funny. My husband usually does not care about birthdays or holidays. He is just like not that guy. And we moved down into the city to give our kids better opportunities with sports and academics. And now we're down here in the city out of the mountains, which is really hard because Estes Park is like my soul place. Like the mountains are where I feel at home. And it's so busy down here, and I usually get really bad anxiety being in the mountains, but I'm here now. And my husband is commuting. He's the commuter. He now 45 minutes back and up, which is not too bad. But he, this morning or last night, no, this morning, which one was it? Whenever it was, he said, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I was like, well, it's a weekday, it's a Wednesday, so I don't know. And he goes, well, I'd like to take the day off. And I looked at him like, are you kidding me? Like, you're going to take the day off? Like, you're going to take the day off. You? He doesn't take days off. He is like a workaholic, freaking hammer it out, work all the time, early mornings, late nights. Like he does not do that. And I think with my dad dying, and then they were watching the movie Click. Have you ever seen that with Adam Sandler where he gets this remote and he pretty much like fast forwards through being sick. He fast forwards through sex. He fast forwards through promotions. And then the remote gets like an autopilot where it just like remembers his favorite things to do. So then his life just keeps fast forwarding and fast forwarding and fast forwarding. And he loses his wife. And his wife is just like drop dead gorgeous. He ends up gaining a bunch of weight. And then she finds a new nice husband. And then towards the end of the movie, the character Adam Sandler, the dad, he's super wealthy but unhappy. He lost his wife. And I mean, I think his kids are around, but he dies. And says, family, family. It like makes me want to cry because with my dad dying, it's like so close to my heart. And he's like, family first, family first, family first, because his son had just gotten married and the son was going to not go on his honeymoon because there was this big upheaval in their company. And he's like, I got to go to wherever to for the company. And he said, no, 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 honeymoon, honeymoon, honeymoon. And it was just like so touching. And like my husband saw that, I think, with my dad passing. And like already to me, such a beautiful gift for my husband's time for him to actually take a day off with me on my birthday, which he doesn't do. We've been married for 23 years and we're honestly like, we're very independently married. Like we love each other, we're here for each other, but like we go on trips without each other. Like I'm taking care of the kids all of the time, doing everything for the household while he's working and running his business in the mountains and doing all of that stuff. And like, I just feel like, whoa, I would never expect that. Like, so freaking cool that he is willing to do that. And it's funny, I've been thinking, I'm like, well, my dream birthday for real would be like if he surprised me with a vacation to the beach. Like, I've always wanted to go to Maui, but I heard that Hawaii is flooding. And like, I want to go to the beach. But I'm like, okay, so what can we do that's realistic, that's here? Because both of our kids are bigger kids. Well, all three of them are in sports that they want to show up for. So I'm like, okay, top things I want to do for my birthday is I want to go for a hike, want to be with my family. And then I was thinking maybe go to the lake because I crave to be around water. I want to be around water, like whether it's fake ocean or lake water. I guess for me, it's nature. And I think for me as an empath, it's like, especially now living in the city, like I need my nature time. I need my planties like around me to help me feel grounded and centered. And so I would encourage you to think back to birthdays. Okay. And so think of like, what are the birthdays that are the most like memorable birthdays that you just like loved and you had like the best time ever? And like maybe it was when you were a little kid, a little girl, and someone surprised you with like a surprise party and you like truly didn't know about it. Or maybe there was like one special gift or one special person. And it's like, why was that thing special? And I think of back to like last year's birthday, like what I've always wanted to do on my birthdays is wake up early and do an early morning drumming ceremony. And I've done that. My past two birthdays, I woken up early and I had just either my one favorite friend or two favorite friends. I've never been like a quantity person. I'm like quality soul sisters. Like I only want my soul sisters in my life. I don't need like 40 best friends. I just need my like people. And I've gone the last few birthdays early morning in Estes Park and done like a sunrise activation drumming ceremony. And this year I'm like, okay, well, I don't have my friends here. I mean, they're in the mountains, but I'm here. It's like, how can I make my day special? And then I think of the birthdays that were not special and that I was maybe like let down on because of like, right, the birthday expectations or that I'm expecting my husband or my sisters to make everything so special. So this year, I have decided, 43, da, 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 that I'm going to plan out what I want to do to make it special because if I just wake up and go throughout my day, I'm going to be disappointed because I'm going to be stuck at home doing daily chores and laundry and hearing my kids fight because we're home from summer and that's not going to be fun. But if I plan like activities and things to do, then I'll make it more fun. And it's so funny. I think today actually is my son's best friend's little sister's birthday, and I asked, "Oh, what are they going to do for her birthday?" And he was like, "Oh, they're probably going to go out to eat." And I think too in our culture, totally, it's food and drinking. Like that's what brings people together is like food is connection and drinking. And it's funny, I don't really love eating out because I'm very picky with the foods that I eat, and I'm usually disappointed. Um, so like I always want to just like eat in, but then you think of all the work around that. And then the drinking thing. Like drinking used to be a really big part of my life and my socializations and like huge. Like it was like always I would never hang out with family unless I had wine or beer. And I really have kind of not kind of, but I've really stopped drinking for I think it's been like a lot of years, like 4 years. Like I get this really adverse reaction. I get a headache. I get like really drunky feeling and then I feel sick. And so I just don't like to do it. And it's not to say that I would never have a drink because I'm like, ooh, like there's this like summer beer called, or no, winter beer called Frambozen. It's like, I think it's like this cherry kind of like Christmas beer that I would have a few sips of because that sounds fun. But I don't orchestrate my time around drinking. I haven't. So I'm like, I'm thinking of all the things for my birthday that I want to do that are not so involved around food and drinking, which is so funny because I say that. And then when it comes to my kids' birthdays, it's about what is their party? What food am I going to get them? What do you want for breakfast? What do you want for lunch? What do you want for dinner? So it's so interesting how as like days progress and years pass by, it's like what our priorities are. And I always love for birthdays, like I do this for my friends as well as myself, is like look through this whole past year and like see like all of it. Like this year has been like a really painful year, like a lot of death, a lot of pain. I got like so sick after my dad died for like a month, like COVID sick, like losing taste buds, horrible cough, having like it was horrible and it was like drawn out for a month. It was like really bad. And then I like try to think of the growth that I had and my year is just so like painted black and gray and just dark and then now I'm like let's look with a flashlight or a lantern or a candle and see like I've had my family, I've had my kids, I've had the honor of raising my children from what do we have like a 13 to a 14-year-old, a 15 to a 16-year-old, an 11 to a 12-year-old and being there every day for their lives. Like every day like seeing them grow, being a part of it. I've homeschooled my son for the past I think it's we're going on 2.5 years now and just like being an active part of his daily life, being his mentor, his teacher, like seeing him for real grow up every day, like that is a gift on its own. And my daughter does online school and she started halfway through the year and she's like so independent. She pretty much does everything by herself. I help her sometimes with writing assignments, but she's like a rock star. But I am like a part of her everyday life. And sometimes being a part of the everyday life, it's like we annoy each other. It's like if she's sitting too close to me, chewing with her mouth open because she's such a big mouth breather, and then I get annoyed and short tempered. And it's like it's easy to focus on that or see the good and find the growth, right? That's like a real thing. And when I look forward into this next year, it's like, we always have, hopefully, you get a birthday cake and you blow out the candles and make a wish, like your biggest, best wish. And I think if it's like, what do I want to bring into my life this year? What is this next year unfolding for me? And if I don't set any goals, nothing big is going to happen. It's just like the whole birthday expectation. If I don't have things to do in the day, it's going to be kind of a letdown. And this next year, I'm either focusing on I've wanted a membership website for Mountain Strong Yoga for like at least 2 years now, and I've been I get so stuck up in this whole like making sure my brand is right and my name is right. And I think since I've had my online yoga business for 8 years, I've probably renamed this like 7 times. Like I'm not even kidding you because I think that's the problem. I think the name is the problem. And then I like want to change and then I spend so much time on rebranding and re-logoing and recoloring, blah, blah, blah. And I'm so excited because this year I gave myself the gift of this self coaching program that's supposed to really help me hone in on my goals and focus on growing my online business and actually building my membership website instead of just being so stuck up and scared in the technology because I'm not a huge tech person. Like, I love the creation side and making the classes and practicing and being a spiritual leader and talking with you one on one. But it's like that behind the scenes that you don't see, that's like editing the videos and posting the videos and making sure I'm consistent and then actually creating like an app and a membership website. It's like a huge, big, scary thing that just makes me freeze. So my goal this year is I'm moving forward, I'm creating it, and I am also getting a literary agent for my book, The Empath Alchemist. I've been writing this beautiful book for the past 3 years, maybe even 4 years, and it's freaking amazing. And it's so amazing how we can create something that's so amazing and so helpful. And I feel like if it helps me, it can help other people. And I know so many people like me or so many women like me that I know it will help. And the thing is we got to have a plan and then keep following through because I have for real had, I mean, I'm probably at a point where I'm upwards to like 120 rejections from literary agents, publishing houses. I self published my first book, Awaken You, like all on my own because I was just so sick of getting told no. I was like, okay, you can say no, but I say yes. So I said yes to it, and it's on Amazon. And I did a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of energy, and now it's kind of like hidden probably in the Amazon piles of books, but I did it. It was one of my goals, and it's like, okay, so you think of this next year, birthday or not, what do you want for yourself? What are your biggest dreams? What are those biggest things that light you up? Like, I freaking love to write, and it's a thing that I put on the back burner. I like forget about when it gets really hard, or sometimes when things are really hard, my best writing comes out. Like, my best chapters in my book are from when I was struggling like the worst and didn't think I could get through it. And by just writing it out and saying it, it helps so much. And I love to see my biggest pain points and struggles and see, wow, I really overcame that. Like, my dad dying has been so hard and it's so surreal. It doesn't seem real. Like, it's really been hitting home because my nephew graduated high school and he had his graduation like 2 weekends ago. And then last weekend he had his party. And it's just so weird to see like my stepmom there, my dad not there. It's like, wait, where is he? He's supposed to be here and he's not here. And I didn't see my dad all the time, but like he's supposed to be here. And it's going to hit really hard this fall when my kids play sports and he's not there when Milo starts high school football and my dad's not there. And it's like, I can take a deep breath. I can be really sad for myself, or I can just tune in and just like feel my dad's energy. And I truly do. I feel him come to me. And it's been so interesting because I thought my dad would maybe come in different signs, but it's been like consistently a black crow. Like when I see a black crow, I'm like, oh, hey, dad. And it's funny because my sister and my daughter and my niece always see him in ladybugs. So it's like, know that those people that you love, the people that we have lost, like they're here. They're giving us signs. And whether like we're so numb from it, we're so in the deep despairs of pain, like just put a hand on your heart and say, like, I trust that you're here. Or ask, please come to me in a sign. Like, show me a sign, show me something. And but you have to be awake to see it. Like when I say awake, I don't just mean like awake, but I mean like you have to be awake. Your eyes can be open, you can be going through the notions and autopilot, but you're not really awake. Like, be awake to see it. Like, there are signs that are showing you that you're going in the right direction, and maybe there's signs showing you that you're going in the wrong direction. And just being open to that. I really feel like as an empath too, that our energy and emotional body is giving us those good feelings. So when you're getting those really good feelings, it's like, yes, 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 this is where I'm like need to be. Like this is it. And when you're getting those really like constricting, like, oh, feelings, like, is that yourself telling you that like maybe the timing isn't right? Like this is not where I need to be going. maybe I don't need to be driving this direction. Like if you're ever driving and you're like, maybe I need to take a different route. Maybe you need to take that different route because what if you were going to get into a big car accident or something weird and unforeseen is happening this way? Like, trust in your intuition because as an empath, like these spiritual gifts are unfolding every day. And a birthday gift that I choose to give to myself is the gift of trusting my intuition. And I am gifting that to you. This is the invisible, spiritual, energetic gift of trusting in your intuition. And intuition is located at the center of the brain in something called a pineal or pineal gland. It looks like a tiny little pine cone. And that is represented from the Anya chakra. That's the sixth chakra. We have seven chakras. The color of that chakra is purple. It's like this beautiful, trusting color. Some people say that we have a second brain, a second intuition in our gut. Like you think of the gut instincts, or in like the forces. They're like, or a police department or SWAT team or whatever. It's like he had a hunch. She had a hunch. She had a hunch that it was there. Well, that's just another word for intuition. And I think of something that's like easier to understand as a mom is like the mom's intuition. Like I think most of us moms are terrified to become a mom. Like no matter how ready you think you're to be a mom, you're just like not ready enough. But as situations come and things unfold, you just know how to do things. Like you're scared, but you just do it anyways. And so, like getting older, it's intuition, it's here. We all have it, it's within us. And it's that first thought. It's not the second, third, fourth, 10th, 100th overwhelming, fearful thought. It is that first hit that's like, Shelly, yes, this is what you need to do. You need to be here. You need to sign up. And that was just like this path with this coaching for my business is it was like I saw this Instagram ad and yes, like right now internet is like all up in our business. It was like this guy, he's been coming to me with all of this stuff and just like I have a plan, I have a strategy, I can help you. And then I like flashed to my mind to Tony Robbins class that I took that he said proximity is everything, that you want to be in close proximity with people who know what they're doing to help you get to where you want to be. And I think of we moved here down to the city so Milo could be in a better football program and a wrestling program because he wants to play D1 football and he has like all of my dad's like gifts. Like he's like my dad in reincarnate. My dad, like the studling, like amazing CSU football player. He played for the Philadelphia Eagles. He only played for 2 seasons. And then he was inducted into the Wrestling Hall of Fame. And it's like proximity is everything. So, right, there's so much like amazing little nuggets from this podcast today. So it's like, who can you get closer to that can help you with what it is that you need or want? And I even think of like a yoga class. A yoga class for me helps me get more in tune with myself and helps me allow myself to like unravel this deep pain that I've been experiencing this year with my dad's death because it is easier to shove it down, to compartmentalize it, to like think that my dad's just on a long vacation, but he's not and he's gone and getting closer to myself through my yoga practice is like super helpful. And so what is it for you today that can help you get closer to what it is that you want? Like there's a lot of things. So if there's any takeaways or any nuggets from this podcast that really resonated with you, I hope that you can just like expand upon them or maybe share. Like you can share this episode with somebody that you love, another empath out there that you're like, hey, there's this weird girl, a ginger, sometimes ginger, my hair's really faded right now, with lots of freckles out there who's talking all about these weird things. Like I say, great, like the weirder the better. I know a lot of people have like a stigma when it comes to weird. I say, thank you for noticing. Like in my house with my kids, it's like people call you a weirdo. It's like, cool, you're awesome, you noticed it. So I love you. I'm so freaking grateful for you. And happy birthday to me. And the gift of this episode is just listening and trusting in your intuition. Those feel good feelings inside of you, like that's your intuition telling you, yes, yes. And then when it feels bad, bad, guilt, resentment, fear, that's telling you, this is not right. This is not right. So just listen, feel into what feels good, and then move and take the momentum and your energy in that direction. And I'm so grateful for you. And as another gift for you, if you would love to thumbs up this video and subscribe to this podcast and take one of my free classes. I just got done with this like amazing evening wind down yoga class that's just like all the good feely stretchies with this beautiful yoga nidra to just like relax you and help you get better sleep. Because are you sleeping bad? Are you sleeping like crap? Ever since my dad died, sleep has been a struggle, and I used to sleep like a freaking angel. I went waking up every night like 3 times a night for 7 years with all of my kids to sleeping like a rock to now like struggling. And yoga nidra is this beautiful practice that just almost like it puts you like deep inside of yourself, and it allows you to just get so relaxed that you just doze off to sleep. So if you're struggling, give it a try because it really works. It's like so freaking helpful. I love you. I'm so grateful for me, and truly the love and the light within me honors all of this within me, honors all of this within you. Namaste, my friend. Have a beautiful day.